Swadika, very nice to be here today. Thank you for joining, and thanks to Beyond Study Centre for organising this webinar. As Anshis has mentioned, I am an international manager at Deakin University, and my name is Angela Puskic. And I was just in Thailand recently, so it was really lovely to be there. I was there for 2 weeks, attending many fairs and meeting many students. So that was wonderful. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a small overview of Deakin, with a focus on business and IT. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Deakin Talent, which is our award-winning career and employment service. And we also have, I'm really excited that we have 2 students that are currently studying at Deakin that will be sharing their journey with you also. So that will be a little bit of the brief or the agenda. So I'm going to just kick off with a video. We just celebrated 50 years this year. So Deakin actually was established in 1974, and we're really proud how far we've come, and this video will demonstrate that. So I'll just share that with you to kick off the presentation. So just bear with me.
Deakin stands for an education philosophy practically unique in Australia and rare in the world.
Deakin were the first overseas university approved to establish a branch campus in India ever.
We deliver balanced excellence at scale. That's something that few have managed to achieve. It defines us, it shapes us.
Deakin's always been ahead of the game. It's always wanted to challenge the status quo.
Deakin has a great future. It's about solving the problems that matter to the communities it serves.
Okay, I really do love that video because it really tells the story of Deakin in a nutshell, and how it's progressed in the last 50 years. And you would have heard the actual Prime Minister mentioned, that was the Prime Minister's voice, the Australian Prime Minister, saying that Deakin University is the first Australian university to open a campus in India. So that's how progressive we are. We've opened a campus in India, and it wasn't shown in that video, but we've recently opened a campus in Indonesia, in Bandung. So for such a young university, we are a progressive and innovative university, and we're really proud of that. In terms of where we're located, obviously we are in Australia, in the state of Victoria, in 3 cities. So we have campuses across Melbourne, Geelong, and Warrnambool. So the 4 campuses we have are Burwood, which is our Melbourne campus, We have Warn Ponds and Waterfront, which are our Geelong campuses, and we have Warrnambool, which is our far regional campus. So depending on what you want to study will depend on what campus you would select. Most students tend to study at our Burwood campus, which is our largest campus of Deakin University. So across all our campuses, we have 60,000 students studying at Deakin from 120 different countries. So we are a very large university. Our largest campus, which is Melbourne, we have 30,000 students. So that just gives you an idea how big that campus is. All the campuses are amazing. I can't favor any one more than the other. They're all unique and they're all beautiful in their own way. So as I mentioned, it just depends on what you want to study, will depend on what campus. So I just wanted to highlight a little bit of our rankings. I won't get into this too much, but you can see that our world rankings by subject sit in the top 250. So we like to sit in that bracket. What you're going to get in Australia from any university for that matter, but in particular for Deakin, I'm talking for Deakin, is a quality degree that's ranked quite high and globally recognised. So you can see that we are first in the world for sports science, 11th for sports related subjects, and we are number 16 in the world for nursing. So we have quite a great nursing degree offered at all our campuses actually. So a little bit more about our rankings. So we are in the top 200 universities worldwide. That is from the US News and World Report, Best Global Universities. We are also ranked number 207 in the QS rankings. And we are in the Times Higher Education in the top 250. So we're just sitting at 244. So you can see that we're ranked quite high. And as I mentioned earlier, with our sports science, we are ranked number 1 in the world. And that's an amazing feat. We have many students coming to our campus, and when they're walking through the facilities, I always let them know that you are walking through the world number 1 sports facilities, which is quite impressive. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Deakin Talent because we underestimate how important it is to develop your soft skills and your employability and your career. At Deakin, as well as having the support, the social support, the career support, the social support, career support, welfare support, it's important in particular for career. So I just wanted to highlight Deakin Talent. So first of all, in particular, Deakin has been ranked number 1 university in Victoria for graduate outcomes. And we help students and graduates explore their career options through Deakin Talent, which I'll talk more about. It's a guided step-by-step stepping stone approach, and it's available to students forever, even once they graduate. So it's available from the very beginning right through to your whole career path. So you can see in this slide that we it's an award-winning careers and employment division, and we have been ranked very high. You can see we've been ranked, we've received an award by industry partners, Higher Education Awards, Study Melbourne, and the Victorian International Education Awards, and we're really proud of these accolades that we've received. So in terms of services, you can see here, these are the services that Deakin Talent provides. So career coaching, employer events, job internship boards, the Deakin International Student Careers Program, which we call DISC, which is tailored to international students, which I'll talk more about. There's the Career Ambassador Program, there's the Freelance Hub, and the list goes on and on. So it's an amazing department. You've also got the Vice Chancellor Professional Excellence Program, which is run through Deakin Talent. So students that receive the Deakin the Deakin Vice Chancellor International Scholarship, they actually are required to participate in this program. And it's a personal and professional development program, and it's designed exclusively for Deakin students studying on that Vice Chancellor Scholarship or Excellence Scholarship. And it's all about empowering the students to achieve beyond their expectations and to be ready for the careers of the future. So they are actually mentored by academics. So it's a really amazing program. And that's run through the Deakin Talent. Some of our other services, now I screenshot this from yesterday from our website. So on the Deakin Talent website, these are just some of the workshops that we have through Deakin Talent through the trimesters. How to use LinkedIn and your profile. So it's all about marketing yourself and creating your own brand, and Deakin Talent helps you do that. The DISC, it's about engaging with employers. That's another workshop that's happening actually today, was happening yesterday. And then today there's how to find graduate jobs. So there's a number of resources within Deakin Talent that help support you through your career. These are a lot of the resources are on demand. So we're dealing with, as you can see, quite a large amount of students. We've got 60,000 students. So it's very difficult to have one-on-one, but we do have one-on-one through Deakin Talent, as well as these on-demand career resources. So if you're applying for a job, a casual job when you're starting, you can use that online resource, and we can give you feedback on your resume immediately, pretty much straight away. Even with cover letters, we give you interview resources, and also, you know, we have feedback. So if you have rejections with interviews, how do you deal with that? So lots and lots of resources online, and also one-on-one coaching. So it's a really amazing department that helps support students. I cannot talk more about this department. The DISC, the Deakin Talent International Student Careers Program, which I just mentioned, which is tailored to international students. What that is there's career events that happen throughout the trimester. So they help you with looking at building your confidence, networking tips, if you're graduating soon, how you find graduate jobs. There's industry engagement, so there's employer showcases on the campus. There's guest speakers, and that's another way for you to network. And also they help you with applying for graduate roles. And how do you make the cut? How do you create your brand and get that job? So really amazing industry engagement there. On-demand resources, which I just mentioned, and other career services like one-on-one career coaching, job application feedback, career mentoring, and as I mentioned, the Vice Chancellor's Professional Excellence Program, which is an amazing department, amazing mentoring program for students. Now that is only for students that have the Deakin Vice Chancellor Scholarship. So the Deakin Talent is, you know, all universities have a career and employment division that helps support students, but this one has won many accolades and many awards. So it's quite up there in terms of standards. So we're really pleased and delighted to have this, this program for our students. Okay. Now, getting into business and law, I just wanted to touch on key and emerging courses in 2025 and beyond, in 2026, in particular for the Faculty of Business and Law. So I firstly want to just acknowledge that our Deakin Business School, what differentiates us from many other business schools is that we have two key accreditations, the AACSB and the EQUIS accreditation. It's very difficult for any university to receive these accreditations. You have to go through a quality and very rigorous approach, quality assurance process to receive these accreditations, and I can it's great to know that Deakin has these accreditations. In particular, the EQUIS, less than 5%, or sorry, AACSB, which is the American accreditation, less than 5% of universities have that accreditation. So we sit in that bracket. Deakin is also ranked in the top 3 business schools in Victoria by the Australian Financial Review. And we are the top two business school in Victoria for career impact and employability and salaries. So that's really important. And that's from the Australian Financial Review. So many of our graduates, they are successful with gaining work. And that is with the help of our Deakin talent, our industry connections, and also many of our courses have work integrated learning or work placement internships that help support students and help you connect with employers from the very beginning. I just wanted to touch on business analytics because business analytics is a hot course across many markets, in particular for Thailand, but in particular for the market at the moment. It's a growing career. And I just wanted to highlight that Deakin is the first business school in Victoria to actually offer and teach analytics. So universities may have had it as a specialisation, but Deakin is the first to actually have a specific undergrad and postgraduate, so a bachelor and a master's in business analytics. So, which is amazing. Our business analytics course is developed by industry advisory boards. So we liaise with industry to ensure that the curriculum is relevant to our students. And both the undergrad and postgrad are accredited by the ACS, the Australian Computer Society. So accreditation is very important. And demand for this course, or demand in the market, career demand, exceeds supply for analytics graduates. So there is a demand for this area, and it's a very exciting landscape for students. So I just wanted to touch on, in terms of remuneration. So you can see here a business analyst. So this actual data has come from Seek, which is a platform, a job opportunity platform. So seek.com. So this is from March 2025. So you can see business analysts. There's over 7,000 job opportunities with an typical average salary of 115K, and there is job growth of 23.2%. So, that's amazing. And you can see the demand, even with data analysts, over 8,000 job opportunities, average salary of 95K and a growth of 23.2%, similar to business analyst. And the systems analyst as well. Less job opportunities for system analysts, but slightly higher than the data analyst in terms of average sale, and the job growth is 12.9%. In relation to the difference between analyst, a business analyst, a data analyst, a systems analyst, well, a data analyst and data analytics is about collecting, cleaning, and analyzing data to find patterns or insights. It focuses more on technical side, using tools and methods like statistics, programming, and data visualization to understand what the data says. Whereas business analytics is a little bit different. Business analytics is using data analysis to solve business problems and making strategic decisions. So it includes data analytics, but focuses more on the business context, and how insights can actually improve performance and increase revenue, and reduce costs for a business. So that's the two particular meanings. So in short, data analytics is what does the data tell us, and business analytics is what does this mean for the business and what should we need to do next? What do we need to do next to grow? A systems analyst is a professional who helps organizations improve their computer systems and business processes. So they act as a bridge between business needs and technology solutions. So they help bridge that gap. So that's just a bit of an overview on those three jobs, career paths, which are in demand at this present moment. So what are graduates doing now that complete business analytics? Some are working in really big corporations like BP as a business performance analyst. Some are inventory analysts for Kmart. Some are data analytics for specialists for the migration company. Business analysts for Epworth, Epworth is a health hospital. Some are business intelligence analysts for World Vision Australia. And some are business intelligence and analytics managers for Department of Premier and Cabinet. So there's quite a lot of opportunity there in really key organisations and government bodies as well. Here are some of our industry partners that we deal with. You might be familiar with some of them. IBM, Microsoft, Deloitte, PwC, and the Australian Computer Society. Now, within these companies that we partner with, we actually have capstone projects capstone projects with these partners. So students have the opportunity to select specific, either whether it's work integrated learning, capstone projects, or an entrepreneurship experience, which I'll talk more later. But these are the companies that we deal with and the professionals, industry professionals. Okay, in terms of commerce and business, that's another big one that these are courses that are very popular among students, and many students get confused, like what is the difference between commerce and the difference between business, and they can overlap, to be honest. So I think the best way to look at it is that commerce is more of, you need more maths. So if you're very good at maths and you want to do specialize in more accounting, economics, finance, and you want to do more of a traditional career, for example, accounting and marketing, finance, then commerce is the way to go. So that way you can specialize in those particular areas, whereas business is more if you're looking at new emerging roles in business, like event management, project management. So there's less maths involved. So that's the best way to kind of look at the two. So, and you can see that both have major sequences. You can see that the sequences in commerce specialize more in the maths, sort of the financial planning, the accounting, economics, whereas the majors in the business, it's more about event management, business and digital communication, project management. So that helps differentiate the two and helps you decide which way to go. So this slide shows you what's trending in terms of job opportunities as an accounting officer, as a financial planner, as a marketing officer, or as a HR officer as well. So you can see that there's growth in many, in particular in HR, but you can see a lot of job opportunities in accounting. You know, there's a gap there in Australia in particular for accounting. So this data comes from seek.com, the similar slide that I showed you earlier, same platform. It's a job board platform, and this is retrieved just recently, July 2025, this data. So you can see that there is opportunity and a very good salary, a typical salary in Australia. And these are the jobs that are trending for business. Okay, so event manager, project officer, and supply chain officer. So you can see project officer is huge in Australia. Lots of job opportunities and a very, very good salary for project officers. And you can work in many industries in that particular field as well. So lots of growth there in terms of career options. I also wanted to highlight, which I mentioned earlier, our sport-related subjects, in particular in management, have been ranked number 11 in the world. And given that we are scheduled to host the Olympics in 2032, there is a prediction that there's going to be a creation of a lot of jobs. So they're saying more than 130,000 jobs. So there is a need. There's definitely a need for graduates in the sports management area. And we do offer a Bachelor of Business in Sports Management. So there's a lot of growth in that area and predicted growth, especially because the Olympics are coming in 2032. You can see on this slide, there's quite a few logos, and these are organisations that you could work for. The Geelong Cats, the Footy, the Barwon Sports Academy, the Melbourne Boomers, Netball Australia, Victorian Bioscience Education Centre. So there's lots of opportunity to work in different organisations. Melbourne is known as a sports precinct, so there's a lot of opportunity, especially if you have an interest in sport. Doesn't mean you need to be good at sport, but you have an interest in sport. Okay, now I just wanted to highlight some of our new postgraduate business courses. So we've just rolled out the Master of Business, which focuses on small business management or small to medium enterprises. So it has a capstone consultancy project embedded into that degree, and it's a 2-year degree. And students do have the flexibility in selecting electives from societal, tech, financial, and entrepreneurial area. So quite broad. And we do have the Master of Business Marketing, which is a mix of traditional and contemporary marketing units. So that's a new degree, which is also 2 years, and the Master of Finance, which is focused on more practical skills for finance, and particular with digital changes in that course as well. So you can specialise in fintech, crypto, financial markets, and digital innovation as some of the majors within that degree. So I wanted to touch on the work integrated learning offerings within the business and law degrees. So there's a lot of options for students in terms of work integrated learning. So students do have the opportunity to do a consultancy experience. So you can work in a team to develop strategies to solve real world business problems. For example, students have worked for Guitar Melbourne, doing a consultancy work for that company. Students can also do an entrepreneurship experience where you can develop your own business idea with the support of academics and peers. So that might be something that you want to do. Or you can do an international consultancy experience where you go abroad and work for international organisations. The other option is an internship, which is a short-term experience work where you can work in an organisation such as Deloitte's or PwC or KPMG to get experience and network as well. So there's a lot of options for students that are doing a business degree. And these are the options in terms of practical immersion that you would experience. So we are really proud that all our degrees, we do have a work integrated learning, internships, work placements, not only in business and law. I just wanted to highlight that. This is across all our degrees, whether it's a core unit or an elective. Now, I just wanted to highlight our industry links. So we do partner with many industries, and these are some of the big names that we partner with. And as I mentioned earlier, Deakin Talent is a key department that helps support the students with gaining their internships or work placement. We don't send our students off to look for their own work. We help support them with that. Now, I just wanted to touch a little bit on our Faculty of Science, Engineering and Built Environment, but more in the sense of what we're offering. So we have quite a big offering within CB. And within CB, we have 4 schools. So we got the School of Architecture, we got the School of Engineering, Life and Environmental Science, and IT. And within those schools, we do have quite a few courses that may suit your needs. So in terms of architecture and built environment, we have a lot of A+B courses. All of these courses are offered at our waterfront campus in Geelong, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from Melbourne by train. So you can see that we've got the Bachelor of Design Architecture, which is 3 years, plus the Master of Architecture, which is 2 years. It's accredited, and within that, there's a work registration element to that. So you can, once you complete the 5 years, you are registered to work as an architect, which is exciting. We also have the Master of Science, which is Design and Circular Cities. That's a new course, which is 2 years, and construction at an undergrad and a postgrad degree. And we do offer double degrees. So quite a large offering there. In terms of engineering, we do have undergraduate engineering courses and postgraduate courses. Many are offered at our Geelong campus, Warn Ponds, which is our second largest campus. But we are now offering engineering at our Burwood campus in Melbourne, which we're excited to deliver. Our undergraduate degrees are accredited by Engineers Australia. So I just wanted to highlight that as well. In terms of environment, oops, I'm missing the slide there. Where are we? There we go. Sorry, I'll just go to this slide. So these are our environment courses, and we are the top 1% worldwide for ecology, and that's through the Shanghai. So we really very much focus on sustainability and the environment. So these are our suite of courses at an undergrad and postgraduate level. So you can see we've got environmental science, management and sustainability, and wildlife and conservation biology, and marine science as well. And then the postgraduate sustainability as well. And these are mainly offered at Geelong and Warrnambool as well. So I'm just going to go back because I skipped. Yep, we'll go to sciences. So these are our sciences degrees. Bachelor of Science, Biomedical and Forensic Science, and Zoology and Animal Science. You will hear from a student a little bit later, a current Thai student who's currently studying the biomedical science. He just started with us in trimester 1 of this year. So you are more than happy to ask him any questions. We are proud to say that our life science and medicine is ranked in the top 1% worldwide. So we do very well with our science courses. IT. So we offer quite a lot of offerings for IT. Artificial intelligence, which is really big. We were one of the first universities in Australia to release the Bachelor of AI. Many universities had it as a specialisation, but we were the first to offer it as a degree, a standalone degree. And it is accredited by the Australian Computer Society. Our software engineering is also accredited by Engineers Australia. So they're our course offerings, and you can see our majors and our minors. data science, Internet of Things, robotics, cloud technologies, embedded systems. So there's gaming and virtual and augmented reality. So we do really well in those areas. Okay, in terms of scholarships, we do offer scholarships. So it's really important that we help support students throughout their journey. We do offer the top two ones, the Deakin Vice Chancellor International Scholarship and the Deakin International Scholarship. They're quite competitive. You need to have, for the 150%, you need to have a minimum grade of 85% to receive that scholarship, and 65% for the Deakin International Scholarship. There needs to be an application submitted, and Beyond Study can help you with that. In particular, for the higher scholarship, you need to provide a personal statement and references. And our two students that will share their journey, they're both Deakin Vice Chancellor recipients, so they can share more about their tips on how to apply and how to be successful in receiving a scholarship. The other two scholarships we have are automatic. The Global Health Leader Scholarship, which is 20% automatic, and also the Global Education Scholarship as well. The Global Education Scholarship is for all teaching degrees, whether it's an undergrad or postgrad. So teaching degree in early childhood, in primary and in secondary. And the Global Health Leaders is for the postgraduate suite of courses like public health, health promotion courses. So that's a 20% automatic scholarship. Now, if you are successful in receiving any of these scholarships, they are for the full duration of the program. Okay, so I wanted to just highlight that. And I forgot to mention the top two scholarships are for any study area from any faculty, either undergrad or postgrad as well. Okay, so in terms of entry requirements, Beyond Study can definitely help you with that. But I'll just touch on what we accept for undergrad. So we do accept Motoyom 6 for direct entry into Deakin University. So a completion of IB or A levels as well. So, and obviously you need to meet the English language requirement, and that will depend on the course that you're selecting. Many students need to provide IELTS, and then there's other English language English language that we accept as well, such as the grade 4 or 5 of English through IB and A levels as well. In terms of postgraduate, we do accept pretty much any bachelor degree that's equivalent to an Australian bachelor degree direct into our university. So as long as we recognise the bachelor as an Australian bachelor, pretty much you would gain entry into a postgraduate degree. Certain degrees may require 65%. So it just depends, like an MBA, you do require 65%. Now, how do you apply? So the first thing is that you need to find your degree. These are the steps that you would need. So obviously find your degree, understand what the entry requirements are, and meet the English language requirements, and get all your documents together. Put all your documents together, and agents can help you do that, and then submit your application. It's pretty straightforward. We don't accept any students from Thailand direct. All Thai students need to come through an agent. So that's really important. Yeah, the actual steps are straightforward, and it's a 5-step approach. And the other element to think about is you obviously need to ensure that you fill in the genuine student questionnaire. So that's something that's part of the application process, and Beyond Study can help you. So it's answering about 7 questions about why you're choosing Deakin, why Australia, and and how this actual degree will help support you in your future career pathway. So it's really important that you answer those questions as best you can, and that will help support your application to Deakin. And these questions are aligned with the Department of Home Affairs questions in terms of genuine student process in applying for a visa. Okay, now I just want to share this video very quickly, and it just captures the environment of an orientation week at Deakin, and what students experience. It's quite a vibrant community, and I just wanted to share this. Now, this is brought to you by Deakin Res, and it's filmed at our Burwood campus.
Through life, every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day, and everything's going your way. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa, whoa, through life and move ahead to your destination. Shine so bright, be the light of a new creation. If the world is a stage, better start the show. 7, 8, 9, 10, ready, set, let's go. Turn it on, turn it up. Are you ready to find your way?
Okay, and that concludes my quick presentation. And on this slide, you have my details, and I'm the International Manager for Deakin University. And I've also got Alvin Tan, who's the Marketing Manager of Deakin College. So students who are not able to gain direct entry into Deakin University, there's always that pathway through Deakin College, and they are located on the campus. And then you've got Siri, who is from Thailand, and she's the Marketing and Recruitment Coordinator for our Deakin University English Language Institute as well. So if students don't meet the English language, there is always a pathway. So we do package with English to help support students as well. So I'm just going to close that, stop sharing. Just bear with me.